Oh, wow, Charlotte. I'm so glad you could finally tear yourself away from your precious books to hang out with me. Uh, I'm not just reading, Olivia. I'm studying for a test. Unlike you, I actually care about my grades and my future. Please. I have a 3.0 GPA and I still have time to have a social life. You could learn a thing or two from me. There's no reason you need to stay cooped up in your room with your computer all day. I don't want to be like you, Olivia. You're always trying to prove yourself to everyone else. You're not happy unless you're the center of attention. Even though I keep to myself, I'm still happy with who I am. That's not true, Charlotte. You don't know anything about me. You're just jealous that you'll never be as popular or successful as me. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that I'm just a little sister who is never good enough for you. Olivia stands up, her fists clenched at her sides. She opens her mouth to say something, but instead storms out of the room, leaving Charlotte alone on the couch. Charlotte watches her sister go, her heart heavy with sadness and anger. She wants nothing more than to be accepted by her sister. But it seems like no matter what she does, it will never be enough. As she sits there, lost in thought, an idea begins to form in her mind. A way to prove to her sister and to herself that she's not the little sister that Olivia sees her as. A way to show Olivia that she is just as capable, just as worthy of attention and success. With determination in her heart, Charlotte stands up and heads to her room. It's time to start planning, to start proving to the world and to her sister that she's more than just the little sister. Olivia, I'm sorry for what I said earlier. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. It's fine, Charlotte. You're just jealous because you'll never have any friends or a life outside of your stupid books. That's not true, Olivia. I'm happy with who I am, and I don't need validation from anyone else. Unlike you, who can't say 2 words without wondering what other people will think of you. Oh, please. You can't even get a date to the school dance. You're just a loser. I'm not. Charlotte's face falls, and she runs out of the room, tears streaming down her face. Later that night, Charlotte crept up to Olivia's room and cracked the door just an inch so that she could see what was going on inside. She was planning on apologizing, but she froze when she looked inside. She saw Olivia lighting candles in a pentagram shape on the floor and copying something out of an old, worn-down book. She stared for a moment, and then Olivia turned around with a flash of anger in her eyes. Olivia's eyes turned red for a split second. What are you doing in my room? Get out right now. I didn't mean to look. I was just going to the bathroom and I heard some noises. If you tell anyone, and I mean anyone, what you saw, I'm going to make your life even worse than it already is. You understand me? That includes Mom and Dad. Yes, of course, I promise I won't tell anyone. But did I just see your eyes turn red there for a second? No more questions. Go away. Charlotte lay in bed with her eyes open, thinking about what she had seen. It is the morning of the day of the school dance, the biggest event of the year. While Olivia was out shopping with all her friends, Charlotte was coming up with a plan to get back at her older sister, a plan bigger than anything she had done before. Olivia is attending the school dance, and Charlotte is there too. Olivia is wearing a beautiful white dress and is surrounded by her friends, while Charlotte is standing off to the side, watching her sister with a mix of envy and resentment. As the night goes on, Olivia becomes more and more arrogant and rude to her friends and Charlotte, belittling them and showing off her popularity. Charlotte can no longer take it and decides to take revenge. She waits until Olivia is in the middle of the dance floor, showing off her dance moves. Then she sneaks up behind her and trips her. causing Olivia to fall into a punch bowl filled with red punch. Olivia stands up, her dress completely ruined and covered in punch. She looks around at the laughing faces of her peers and storms out of the gym, humiliated. She tries to run out the door, but slips again in the punch on the floor, and everybody laughs at her even harder. Charlotte smiles and slips out the other door. She couldn't bear the thought of facing her family and friends, knowing that she had caused so much embarrassment and hurt. As she walked, she couldn't help but replay the events of the party over and over in her mind. The horrified expressions on everyone's faces, the sound of the punch bowl shattering, and the embarrassment she had caused. I thought it would make me feel better to get revenge on Olivia, but now I feel worse than ever. I can't stay here. I need to get away from it all. I'm going to run away and never look back. I don't have a plan, but I know I can't stay here any longer. I just need the essentials to start my new life. Maybe I can be a pirate sailing the seven seas, or a musician, or maybe a pilot. So she set off into the sunset, leaving all her previous problems behind. She walked until she came to a crossroads and took the road that led her away from the town she had known her whole life, towards an unknown future.